I suppose anyone who wants to lead a nation must subject himself to the inconveniences of answering tough questions at home. I'm utterly disappointed that in spite of the disdain with which they are, received and treated media houses, I heard some of the unpleasant adjectives they're using to describe media houses in Nigeria, and yet they run to some independent policy institute in London called Chatham House, and they want to go and talk about Nigeria. I feel that we must never sell ourselves short as a nation. I take very serious objections to people thinking that they're too big, they're too entitled, they can bully the entire system and prevent legitimate organizations in Nigeria to call them. If you don't come, they are not going to force you, but it speaks volume of how you see yourself relative to everybody. Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team made his health status an issue when they chose to, when he was doing his knee surgery, converted it into a big event. When he came home, when he wants to walk, they are doing like they want to hold him so that he doesn't fall down. He's at private meetings, they are video recording him secretly and pushing it out there. What exactly were they expressing? They caused it for themselves. And when the candidate now began to go on public engagement and he was fidgeting, his hands were not going as well as he should, and he was making mistakes that Bola Tinubu would never make. He wants to talk about perambulation, he go blah, blue, blah. What's all that? And it wasn't once, it wasn't twice. So if it's like that, they have to look themselves in the mirror and know they cost it for themselves, and not begin to stay in a foreign land on an organization that is not even up to the status of the Nigerian Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, and begin to pretend as though all of the other organizations within the country, Nigeria, is not up to standard or cannot question them. And I think the media must be very firm on that. We will not have anybody who wants to serve us begin to give us the impression that it's bigger than the collective. So whatever it is that Adeleke is talking about is hogwash. They need to come back home and start attending events.